Namaste. My name is Kamlesh Kapoor, and today we are doing lesson number 3, Hindu Dharma Parent Teacher Training Course. Today we are going to talk about karma, reincarnation, and the qualities of people that they display while doing different actions, or whatever is their motivation, and how they are affected by their personality characteristics. So broadly, we'll explain the different 3 different ways of thinking, acting, 3 ways of mindsets, and that is called gunas. And then the principle of reincarnation, action, which is always have to have a consequence. Again, this is part of the series we are producing for teachers who are going to be teaching these different concepts. So how do you teach Hindu beliefs from the perspective of the self? Now we are focusing on the self. We talked about the divine, how to teach about that. We talked about the nature, how we relate to that. And now we are going to talk who we are and what are the innate qualities that we display and how does that affect our actions, and how those actions have consequences, not for just ourselves, but for the entire humanity, and for neighborhoods and families and everybody that we come in contact with. So teaching the importance of knowing one's innate qualities is the most important thing. Who are we? Are there only 2 categories? Like most religions actually per se, they believe that there are sinners and then there are pious people. The pious people go to heaven and the sinners go to hell. And everybody is a sinner till they get salvation through worship and whatever is the prescribed way to do things. So in Hindu Dharma, we don't have 3 categories. We don't have 2 categories. We have 3 categories which broadly differentiate how they impact humanity, how it impacts sustainability of life on the planet itself. So students are encouraged to talk about their passions, their ambitions, and their ideals. And from there you lead that this action or this passion or this ambition leads to this, and you build a discussion around it. Whatever is learned through interactive action, interactive talk or discussion, because otherwise you will be talking as teachers and they'll be listening and nothing will go through their mind. So we are inculcating the basic concepts and the basic way of acting as described in the Hindu Dharma. There are no one way of acting. There is no black and white. There are gray areas, combinations that people display. Sometimes they are compassionate, sometimes they are just very apathetic, sometimes they are loving, sometimes they are unhappy, and they are bitter. So, it's not one or the other. It is always something continuously going on. Personality itself is a very dynamic thing. So students talk about it, they assess their own personality traits. And let this discussion about students' own assessment continue.